All right, so we're reading my translation of Oswald Spengler's magnificent play, Montezuma, that he wrote at the astonishingly young age of 17. Uh, this is a pretty damn good play. I didn't expect it to be quite this good, but it's almost Shakespeare quality. It's certainly equal to anything Christopher Marlowe ever did. And he was precocious too. He only wrote, like 5 plays before someone stabbed him. Okay, so this is scene 5. There are 10 scenes in the play altogether and 5 acts. So he's following the traditional Shakespearean model with the 5-act play. Okay, we're reading the rest of Act 3 here. Scene 5. In the Spanish camp in Mexico, as in the 3rd scene, it is night. A few torches light up the room. Jose and Francisco are standing guard. Jose: if only the commander would come. Outside it's already deep night and it's getting cold in here. It's hard to stay awake all night. Francisco: you're never satisfied. Jose: we're locked up here like prisoners and can't venture outside because the people would kill us. This silence makes the time so unbearably long. Francisco: you should be grateful to Cortez for making you rich so effortlessly. I've already collected a whole bag of gold. Jose: maybe so. He's been lucky. Now he's almost emperor and richer than anyone else. I'm happy for him. I'm also glad to finally see the commander happy. Francisco: yes, he always looked so gloomy before, and it's to our advantage, too. Silence. Where's Cortez staying so long tonight? How angry they'll be in Cuba when I bring back the sack full of gold. Back then they laughed at me when I wanted to come here, but now when I get back, I can live like the bishop himself, keep slaves that I can whip, drink, gamble, and curse as much as I want, and not have to do anything. By St. Francis, what a merry life I shall have. Jose: don't rejoice too soon. You remember Pedro was always so cheerful too, until one night he disappeared while standing guard. The Aztecs took him and sacrificed him. Not for a moment is one safe from the rabble anymore. Francisco: Jose, didn't you just hear someone whispering? Take a look over there, in the dark. Ah, now I heard it again. What if they want to murder us tonight? That scares me. Jose goes to the vestibule and looks around. It's nothing, just the evening breeze blowing and rustling the branches against the temple walls. Francisco: you always scare me with your stories. Poor Pedro. It's eerie here within these walls. What if they wanted to free Montezuma? Jose: that's why we're here. I'm sorry, since he's been imprisoned, he's been desperate, hardly eating or drinking, and not saying a word all day. Francisco: the fool. I despise him. When Aguilar came in to baptize him, he barely looked at him, and when he wanted to convert him to Christianity, he looked him up and down contemptuously and turned his back on him. Our father. Jose? At first I didn't want to know anything about him, but one time when I was alone with him, he asked me, do you know anything about my son? At first I didn't want to talk because the commander had forbidden us to, but when he asked, I told him what I knew. He gave me a gift and walked away. I think he was crying. I mean, our commander turns every coin in his hand before he gives it to us, but he gave me more than I deserved. I like him. It's just a shame that he didn't become a Christian. Francisco: that's why I wish him all the worst. Such a scoundrel, to treat the pious confessor like that. Jose: he has had to suffer a lot of misfortune. When the commander had him bound at the time, it was so hard I couldn't have done it. He didn't say a word, but I could see in his eyes what he was suffering in his heart. Francisco: you were there? Jose: I was supposed to guard him. Francisco: oh, tell me. Jose: in the courtyard they had built the pyre where the cacique who had attacked us there on the coast was supposed to die. First he was sentenced, then they tore off his golden jewelry. Francisco: I wish I'd been there. Jose: then Montezuma called the commander and said to him that the cacique was still too proud. He just wanted to tame him with punishment, but while the chief burned there, Cortez had the emperor put in chains here. He turned pale as death, but let himself be bound, silent and composed as his body trembled, and he fought back the tears in his eyes. I have never seen anyone suffer like that. When the fire was extinguished, he was set free. Since then, he hardly speaks. I once came up to him as he stood at the window. He looked at me so sadly and so terribly that I trembled. Loud banging at the gate. Francisco: listen, here comes the commander. They go out and open the gate. Cortez and the Spanish captains enter. This cannot go on. Things have to change. Soldiers, bring Montezuma to me. Jose and Francisco exit. Aguilar: what do you want from him now in the middle of the night? Why not leave him alone? Leon: don't give him the impression that he's necessary. Cortez: can I even rule effectively? I've tried with both severity and with leniency. The blood The blood court has been ineffective, and everywhere I see only resistance. Soon they will mock our powerlessness. Sandoval. That is very true. Cortez. I want to put an end to it. It can't go on like this. A grave mistake has led me astray, for I did not count on the hatred of the people when I took him prisoner and played the emperor myself. Sandoval. I warned you. And now it's done. You cannot go back. You must not show that the act of violence was useless. Cortez. I know nothing else. If Velasquez suddenly sends his ships now, things will be worse than they were when Montezuma still ruled. I'm going to set him free and allow him to become emperor again. His pride has been broken in prison, and he must be obedient to our wishes. The people will never forget that he alone paved the way for all this misfortune. Alvarado. But his freedom will be our undoing. Cortez. No, it won't. On his throne, he will be as lonely as he is within these walls. His own son condemns him as a traitor. He needs us to keep himself on the throne. Aguilar. And don't forget the gratitude. You must no longer hesitate to fulfill your vow to the church. You have put it off for a long time. Cortez. I will amend that now. Aguilar. So then you must demand of the emperor that he leave us the great temple of battle. From its highest pinnacle, a cross shall tower over the entire city, visible from afar. Alvarado. But all that needs is a spark, and a terrible uprising will rise throughout the land. Aguilar. I don't think it will come to that. But, Cortez, shouldn't the emperor pay us first? He has such rich treasures and warriors. Sandoval, serious. I'm not so comfortable with the idea. We have been spared serious hardship. Now you will stir up the uprising, which will surely consume us. Cortez, I'm not worried about that. The emperor will give us peace, will guarantee us peace. What brought me to this country, he shall help me to win. Sandoval. Cortez, you want to exploit this country for yourself? And your desire doesn't go any higher than that? Have you never known a better goal than adventurous glory, than splurging with stolen gold? Are noble aspirations so foreign to you? You see, Cortez, I have always secretly wished that you could understand my soul. When I saw this land, I was pained by the curse of my lowly, powerless position. We stood on those mountains and looked down into this valley, a sight so beautiful that no god could have created a more amazing land. These forests, which surrounded the mountain peaks in dark green, the iridescent splendor of the flowers and fruits, the silver veils of clear cataracts, the blue mirror-smooth lake on which the fairy tale splendor of the capital rested. When this view struck my soul, and I got to know the Aztecs, who were as noble as the vision of their country, I had to envy those who were allowed to rule this paradise, and in the depths of my heart, the thought arose that possession might well be worth a sin. Alas, I was not allowed to possess this pearl. You have been given this happiness, Cortez. Do not let it slip away. Cortez. You're dreaming, my friend. What good would it do me? I only want to acquire fame and wealth. I desire nothing more. Leon. Then we too are satisfied, if you are. Aguilar. I hear Montezuma coming. Look, there he is. Spanish soldiers with torches enter through the back door. Montezuma follows, standing proudly upright, but pale and sad. Montezuma, after a long silence. You have sent for me. Cortez. Montezuma, I haven't seen you in a while. A bitter hatred struck me from your deeply wounded heart. Now I must regret that I punished you so severely on that unfortunate day, but what's done is done. Forget what is long past. I offer you my hand in reconciliation. Montezuma is silent. You remain silent in contempt, lowering your gaze to the ground? Do not reject my friendship so rashly. Montezuma contemptuously. The cold iron that bound my limbs has taught me the loyalty of your friendship. Cortez. I deserve this accusation. I have deceived you. But consider how often necessity compels a man to acts that his conscience loudly condemns. I will make amends for what I did to you. Montezuma, coldly. I know you. You cannot deceive me. Even now you seek only to lure me with cunning. Your words come from a heart made of stone. Cortez. You will not be reconciled? You will never forget the deed I committed out of the necessity to protect my own men? I did not believe you to be so ungrateful. Montezuma, struggling to control himself. Did you come to this country out of necessity? And did necessity drive you to betray me, to put me in chains? It was greed, the deepest villainy. Cortez. It is understandable that misfortune has so embittered you, but see now how sincere I am. From this day forward, you are free. Return to your people and to your throne. I offer you the sacrifice of my safety, and I trust all to your nobility. Montezuma. Wretch! Are you not ashamed of your sacrifice? Do you still wish to mock me? You stole my throne, and now you want to offer it back to me as a gift from your hand? I was always kind to you, and in return you treacherously attacked me and put me, the emperor, in chains. I am dishonored forever. Never, never may I rule again. Not ever. Leon. If you don't want to, haughty fool, then stay here. Just don't curse us, do you understand? You are bound to us, don't forget that, for you have no home but this land. Montezuma, with dignity. That, too, is the Spanish way to insult the weak opponent who is defenseless and make him feel his misfortune. I have suffered much in my life, and I will also endure whatever fate brings me with courage. I do not beg you for shelter. If you roughly push me out, I have the strength to die alone. I have no use for you. Cortez. Oh, follow me, Montezuma. The Aztecs will not obey us, and all will be lost. Rule them. Only you know how to guide them. Otherwise, we're all threatened with destruction. Montezuma. That was hidden behind your mask of friendship, your fear of my people. Aguilar. Leave him alone. Do you really need to beg him? Wait, we still have a demand of you that we can no longer postpone. Emperor, you must order that we be given the temple of battle. We promised it to our God. We owe him thanks for many victories. Montezuma. Never by my will, for your gods are evil. Otherwise you would be better people. And you, Aguilar, you godless man, you will tremble before punishment. Remember the pyre of the cacique. Take him as a warning example, Emperor. Montezuma. Go ahead and desecrate the sanctuary. I will not prevent it, nor can I, but you will pay for it later. Cortez. Then you are responsible, for when they take revenge, your blood will be spilled. Montezuma. So do it then. Kill me now. You are crowning your crimes. But know this, you will never reap the fruits of the atrocities you have committed here. The people can no longer bear your oppression. They will rise up in revolt as soon as you dare to touch what is most sacred to them. If I must fall in this great battle, as I am powerless, a broken man, my wishes are with the Aztecs. Cortez. Now I know you. You will be closely guarded. As soon as your words are followed by deeds, you will die. Soldiers, follow me now. Morning is approaching. Montezuma. Go, vile souls. By that dawn, I swear to you, Cortez, the sun that now sees your crimes will one day shine on our revenge. The Spaniards leave. Gradually, daylight penetrates through the portico. Montezuma remains standing frozen for a long time. Alone in my suffering. Alone. Alone. Must I endure my misfortune any longer? Oh, if they had only suffered the pain themselves, I would be better off. They have torn open my wounds, awoken in me the illusion of beautiful hope of that freedom I will never see again. Despair rages in the depths of my soul. Once again I am seized by a shuddering feeling of the nameless misery of my fate. He sits down on a bench. After a long silence. I cannot say that I am innocent. My excessive ambition drove me to risk everything for my own sake. I have paid for my guilt with my downfall. I suffer all the misery of my existence without guilt. I do not deserve it. Did I commit the act because I wanted to? Fate drove me down the wrong path and drove me further until the way back disappeared. Then it pushed me out into the unknown and let me perish. A human life. He who says that we act with our free will is lying. The will is not in our power. Oh, how abject is all of humanity! With a blind and dumb urge, it creeps toward good as well as evil, plunges into misfortune, and all without its own volition. And its great ones, whom free vision, the power of the mind, has elevated, can only see the immense mire of earthly misery, the eternal curse of the Creator of the world. Even the greatest cannot escape it. You, holy gods! If I did not know that you yourself must follow the dark powers, that they will smash you too if they want to, I would hate you. He stands up again. But you cannot save us. Life is too weak for this struggle. What is man on this vast earth? A mere boat in a desert of water surrounded by rocks. The storm of fate stirs up the waves and crashes them howling against the rigid cliffs. No steering can help, whether he sinks or is saved. Only blind chance decides. The wave of fate engulfed me too. My ship sailed on sunlit waters in the glow of serene happiness, when suddenly the raging storm descended upon me and I sank. What I possessed there, I left behind in life. My crown, my power, and my honor were taken from me. Now I am alone. If only I had a friend who could comfort me in this dreadful silence. Oh, loneliness, the dreadful companion of pain. Alone, alone in this vast world. He sits down. During the last words, Sandoval has quietly entered. He approaches Montezuma and places his hand on his shoulder. Sandoval, alone, unhappy man? You are not alone. A friend you did not know is still alive. Montezuma, did Cortez send you to mock me? Sandoval, I feel your pain, O Montezuma. I can no longer remain silent. I can no longer see you suffer and hide my feelings. Montezuma, should I believe you? Is there among you Spaniards a soul that can feel? Sandoval, I have borne it long. I came to this land as an enemy who had to obey his commander. My heart was never with his deeds, though. I admired you from the first glance and silently sympathized with your suffering. I hid it from you and from my Spaniards. But may this hour bind our hearts together for the remains of our lives. Montezuma, oh friend, how can I thank you for easing my pain in this dark hour? So there remains one in the world whom I can trust. How can I ever thank you? Your name is Sandoval, is it not? I heard you call yourself that. Sandoval, be my friend. Do not abandon me. Sandoval, you must show yourself strong and defy your suffering. You have a courageous heart. Guide yourself. Montezuma, can you take back the words that were meant to hurt me so coldly to remind me of my misery? Sandoval, don't talk to me about it. I cannot defend the commander. He is a monster, but please exempt me. Montezuma, I can bear anything. I can and will get over this. But one blow in particular struck too deeply into my heart. You are not a father, so you cannot understand how a father's soul is inseparably attached to his only beloved son. When I still ruled, I sought a friend who understood me, to whom I could open my troubled heart in dark hours. There, on the lonely heights of power, where you are surrounded by a crowd of flatterers, one longs twice as much for the soul of a friend. I had a son whom I loved, still young and already so proud, a true prince. I see him before me, his noble features, and his mind was as noble as his face. Nothing could have separated me from him. Only Cortez could do it. He led him astray. He portrayed me as a traitor, and with black suspicion they sought to turn his heart insidiously and slowly against me, and they succeeded. He loved his homeland as much as I do, but when he believed me to be a traitor, he turned from me in his hatred and pushed me away, out of love for his own land. I loved him so much. I was attached to him with every fiber of my soul, bursting into tears. And now he despises me. He must hate me. I have lost my son. Sandoval, my friend, don't cry. Everything will change. Think back to better times when you were still happy. The beautiful hours of life are the shining stars of our lives. Seek comfort in the past and look back on your youth. Montezuma, come closer, Sandoval. Here, sit here beside me. I want to tell you about my youth, to bring back the cheerful images of a distant time in my memory. Once more, I never knew my father. I grew up far from the court and warm relations with the Aztecs of a small town. We were not always happy. I often heard murmured complaints about my father. A dark shadow lay over all my life. I learned what it's like when a people is ignored by their rulers. Often the poor were harassed by his henchmen, and there was no law and order to protect them. Then my father died, a man I never loved, who stood before my soul as a tyrant. Then I became emperor. Unexpectedly, the fate of the people fell to my will. Now I wanted to atone for what my father had done, and I succeeded. My yearning was to rule joyfully over a happy people. When everyone cheered and lifted me up, I felt like a god. Sandoval, you are happy. How I envy you. To rule is divine, if only it were granted to me. Montezuma, fate denied me nothing back then. I went to war, and the victory was always mine throughout the years. Misfortune never befell me. My friend, my name was feared throughout the lands. They called me the Invincible One. I created an empire like none of my fathers ever had, and I knew how to win over my subjects with kindness. Nothing else remained for me. Then the curse that follows the great struck me, spoiled by fortune, which had allowed me to taste the joys of this earth in abundance. I became like them, forgotten on their thrones, the rulers of their poor subjects sacrificing their power to their own egos. Ambition and pride are the virtues of the Aztecs. Sandoval, do not despair. Have courage, my friend. Montezuma, after a while, sitting up, I will think no more of it. In my loneliness, this image has always tormented me. I want to forget it now. My life will soon be over. I know that for certain. Sandoval, there will still be happy days for you. Montezuma, happy? Never. I gave up on happiness long ago. There is only one thing I still hope to see: revenge. And it will come as surely as the sun rises. Sandoval. Then I will die too. Montezuma. No, not you, my friend. As long as I live, you must not leave me. But your Spaniards deserve the terrible retribution that will crush them. They must die. For their evil will, their fate drives them down into the waters, and after the storm, silence will hunt me too. The curtain falls. Okay, so now we're on to Act 4, and we'll read Scene 6. In the Spanish camp in Mexico, as in the third scene, Montezuma, alone. Summer approaches as it does every year, and scorches the spring blossoms with its heat. But I do not see it, I am only told about it. The seasons no longer change for me, since these walls have become my prison. My old life is so far away from me, I hardly think back on it anymore. I have grown accustomed to this. What does man not bear? My glorious temple has fallen into ruin. It no longer pains me. When I die, I will leave nothing behind but my shame. Yes, when I die. I must now so often think of the end. I could never do so before, when I was still happy. My restless mind weaves gloomy images for me, and pale death rises from out of the murky distance towards me. Is the hope for ever blossoming life dead? Gone forever? I feel as if the end were coming soon, but I cannot fear it. What good would that do? The freed soul will soar upward, blown away like light smoke in the wind, then eternal peace. Oh, to step out into the great nothingness. A dark yearning often draws me there. Will I see spring again? I don't think so. But I'm prepared for that. To be free once more, to rule once more, to dream in the delusion of free will. Alas, I can never return there. When clouds cover the sun, the hope for the light is always there, but no sun shines in my life anymore. So be it. I have long since renounced joy. I must only atone for my fatherland, pay the immense debt that I owed to it. I am a prisoner here, carefully watched by my enemies, and my subjects hate me. My arm is bound, but give me a sword and my freedom back. Oh, I thirst for battle. Revenge is my sacred duty. It compensates man for his wrongs and frees the soul from the wild rage that consumes him from within until he finds a way out. Revenge is man's only purely airborne virtue, his most genuine feeling. Woe to you, Cortez. Cortez enters. Montezuma notices him. There he is again. I can no longer bear to see his false, malicious, lying eyes. Turns away unwillingly. Cortez, are you still angry with me? Don't look away. Have I earned that much contempt? You are deceiving yourself. No one hates you. We're always ready to fulfill your wishes. Montezuma, I have no interest in your mercy. Cortez, do not despise our help. Can you name any other protection than mine? Montezuma, oh yes, through deceit and villainy. You have been able to separate me from my people, but believe me, you cannot completely stifle the love that has been rooted for so long. It alone protects me now from you and your daggers. Otherwise, I could not spend an hour in peace in the presence of such so-called friends. Cortez, you do not correctly perceive what we are to you. Montezuma, I am not your slave. I have no need of you. I am able to endure deprivation. Cortez, it would surely be your greatest happiness to return home to your people in peace, to be reconciled with your son. You must admit that the separation is hurting you. Montezuma, tell me openly what brought you here. I can tell from your words that you have some reason or other to feign friendliness toward me. Cortez, it is unbearable to me that your people constantly threaten us. Their hatred affects you too. A change would be desirable for everyone. It is still possible to achieve peace. Montezuma, trust cannot be forced, Cortez. The people remain unforgiving. I can understand that. You drove them to it by force. They will never regard you as friends. Cortez, these are bonds that are stronger than force, that bind the people's affection firmly to you. Montezuma, why do you come to me? I am your enemy. Cortez, I want you to assist me in winning them over. It will be to your own advantage. Montezuma, proudly. You think that because I am in misery, I am willing to act dishonorably for rich reward? If you believe that, you are very much mistaken. Misfortune cannot humiliate me. Cortez, you know that I want to convert your people. I have vowed to do so, and must now fulfill that vow. Christianity is still deeply hated by them because they do not know it. Once a great man sets an example, the others will follow. You have been here so long and you know the faith, so you must become a Christian. Montezuma. I learned much from what I saw, which only increased my aversion. Do not count on my support. Cortez. But consider this. Once everyone is united by the bonds of faith, the deep hatred will disappear. Freedom and reconciliation await you then. Are you now prepared to pay this price? Montezuma. Stop, you wretch. Hide the shame, you who feel nothing for any human soul but your own. It is despicable for anyone who rejects his faith and surrenders to that of another. He is heartless. I would rather die than be a traitor to my gods. But those who steal others' holy gods and who seek to force faith upon them as you do are degenerates. All creating nature gave to man, who cannot see the deep secret connections of things, the gods. In childlike trust, he always attributes good and evil to them, and what his mind cannot grasp, all those reasons, which he only sees visibly at work, become his gods. Woe to you if you cruelly mislead them about their world, respecting only your gods. If you reach into the hearts of other peoples, driving out the faith they have grown to love, to put your God in its empty place, and your faith, Cortez, is not admirable if it has made this your specific aim. Cortez. You all live in blind superstition. Only the Christian worships the true God. Montezuma. Oh, be silent about your limp faith to me. Cortez. Only he alone can grant victory and happiness. Montezuma. Happiness? I do not envy your empty happiness. How fearfully, how wretchedly you creep through life, where your faith spoils every pleasure. You cannot look up to heaven with any confidence, where your God of terror reigns, who torments you through life, sends you misery, mercilessly separates mothers from their children, husbands from their wives, all just to test you. Such a one dwells on earth as if in a grave. Your pathetic prayers and the singing of your dreary choirs constricts my soul. Your churches are places of terror that dwell in murk and gloom, where you must sacrifice your joyful spirit and your free heart to the terrible God above. But the earth is so beautiful. Look at this sky, which arches deeply over all as a great blue cathedral, the clear and limpid lake in which the city is reflected, surrounded by dark chartreuse forests and palm trees, which the wind gently rustles. Look at all the joyful streams and the iridescent flowers, which are the gods' greetings to the human soul, and the rugged mountains with their snowy peaks transfigured by the glowing red of the evening light. But your faith despises this world, poisoning its joys, making you grimly serious. In our vision of joyful nature, it is only the Christian who should be outcast, avoiding joy, practicing repentance and penance. No, to enjoy this world's beauty cheerfully with a noble, open soul, that is our faith. Your God doesn't have many good days. When fate strikes you and brings hardship, you cannot despise it with proud courage, for your dark God has sent it. Do you erase your guilt when you have sinned? Can you avert the course of the fate that threatens you? No, you cannot, for it is the one above who punishes. You should gladly forgive your God everything. He created you weak. And if you ever sin, he knows no mercy, knows no love, but relentlessly counts your mistakes and mercilessly demands repentance. Oh, you cannot be happy in that life. And then when you die, you look back on a lifetime full of sorrow and look ahead to the grim torment of eternity. And that is why you are driven to be cruel and harsh, more cruel than the fate that befalls us. Yes, you are right to curse the earth. Oh, happy are those who may be happy in this life. Cortez. I hear only foolish delusion. These are the devil's words. Heathen, beware, do not speak so disrespectfully of our holy faith. It is my salvation, it has brought me victory and spoils. I must win the souls of these heathen people for the God who has given me glory. Montezuma. Do you wish to serve the God of love by destroying the sanctuary of human hearts wherever you set foot? You Christians tear the child from its mother's heart, kill its innocent faith, and sacrifice your neighbor's happiness to your God. Then you creep joylessly through life, forced to worship at the dark altar of your God, and in the quiet night you shed tears, weeping over the old dead gods, which you have overthrown. Oh, a truly spiritual man does not take away another's faith. Save your false words. It shall be done. Montezuma. Have pity on the happy Aztecs. Christianity is not made for them. They are a joyful people who offer sacrifices to their gods in quiet joy. Their minds, childishly open to the world, know nothing of penance and retribution. They would become sad and bitter if your dark teachings reached them. Cortez, you will not prevent anything. Later they will thank us for showing them the unknown bliss of heaven, as our church will guide them there. You mock it, so you can remain in your sins and burn eternally in hell. Montezuma, your heart is made of granite. No human feeling has ever dwelled in your vicious breast. Have mercy, Cortez. See, look, here I am, begging the one who has robbed me of everything. He kneels before Cortez. The one who has brought me into boundless misfortune. I never believed that my fate would come to this, that I would have to kneel before my enemy. I do not beg for myself, though. Only have mercy on my people and let them keep their old faith. Do not take away their beloved gods. You will wreck the happiness of an entire people. Cortez remains unmoved. Montezuma stands up. I am at the end of this pleading. Everything has been in vain. If my plea finds no mercy, then let us die in the old faith before we recognized your true God, who mowed down whole peoples in a bloody harvest as a monstrous sacrifice to his glory. Carry out your command and let us die as heathens without your eternal bliss, but trusting firmly in our old gods. Cortez, you will not grant my request? Montezuma, never, not ever. But, Commander, remember what I have said. There is still providence working on earth. It will soon strike back at you. He leaves. Cortez, you did not want help from us. You rejected a friendly hand, so then remain in misery until death takes you. But don't blame me. Only your will, your ridiculous defiance brought this about. You alone are now to blame for everything. As Montezuma exits through the back door, the Spaniards enter through the hall. Alvarado, did you succeed? No, I can see. Cortez, this way out is now closed to me as well. Leon, why did you even ask him? You know how he is. Cortez, this vile child. I tried everything. Begged, threatened, sought out the most compelling reasons, but nothing had any effect on him. Aguilar, and so now what? Cortez, that's what I'm asking myself. I am so deeply disappointed. I had counted so much on this plan. He was the only man who could, if not reconcile the agitated people, then at least hold them back until we had secured our purpose. Leon, now war remains the only possibility. Cortez, I had wished that it would not come to that, but it appears to be inevitable. The Emperor has only confirmed my bad premonition. Everything is being prepared to finish us off. That temple has been bought at a heavy price, Aguilar, perhaps with our deaths. Sandoval, the favor of the saints will cost us dearly. Cortez, as long as the city remains calm, there is nothing to fear for our safety. But until then, every protection must be prepared for us. Sandoval, I trust your prudence. You must transform this building into a fortress, set up cannons, man the walls, and prepare everything for defense. Sandoval, I will do so. A soldier steps forward. King Cuitlahuac. Cortez, he shall come at once. Soldier exits. This promises success. If I do not succeed with the father, then the son shall be mine. He does not know the art of deception as well as we do. The young bird will fall into my trap. Cuitlahuac. Fernando Cortez, since I promised you to convey the mood of my people, I have come to fulfill my word. The country is arming itself, and everyone is enthusiastically going into battle directed against you. Here in the capital, all is calm. You still have time to think of your defense. Aguilar. Can it not be avoided? Is there no way to command the people to remain calm? Cuitlahuac. The head of state, Montezuma, is absent. Cortez. I praise your loyalty, but tell me, can you not name a sure means of averting this bloody conflict? It will be so terrible. Cuitlahuac. If perhaps you were on good terms with Montezuma. Cortez. Damn it all to hell. Always Montezuma. My father? Cortez. I forget myself. Forgive me if I offended you. Aguilar, urgently. Cuitlahuac, who will protect us from violence in these times? The rebellious people will know no bounds. Cuitlahuac. The deed can no longer be prevented, but I will protect you from the worst of it. I offer you my life. As long as death threatens you, I will remain in your camp, guaranteeing your safety with my life. Cortez. Is that what you are prepared to do? Cuitlahuac. Yes, I am ready. Cortez. Well then, be assured of my gratitude, Cuitlahuac. Your generosity takes me completely by surprise. A growing babble of voices can be heard from outside. Sandoval, you surpass us, noble prince, in kindness. Cortez, you shall find worthy accommodation, as good as our camp can offer. Sandoval, I want you to... The noise grows louder. Aguilar, well, that noise! Leon, a crowd is gathering. Cortez, go find out what has happened. Aguilar, oh, disaster! Cortez, go, hurry! Alvarado and Leon are about to leave when a messenger rushes in breathlessly from the courtyard, followed by soldiers, all together. What is it? What has happened? Messenger, breathless. Commander, you are lost. Your enemies. Leon, what? Messenger, Velasquez sent them. They have landed. Cortez, recoiling. The Spaniards? Good God! Sandoval. When did they arrive? Messenger. In the dark of night. A huge army with many hundreds of men, horses, and cannons. Cortez stands speechless with horror. Aguilar. Holy Mother of God. Cortez. How many are there? Who led them? Messenger. Narvaez commands them. The fleet anchored quietly in the night. Their superior numbers nip any resistance in the bud. We were forced to surrender. He came and read Velasquez's letter to the army, ordering us no longer to obey you, saying that you are a traitor, a fugitive, and a robber who should not escape his punishment. He has outlawed you. You are now an outlaw. He has already sentenced you to death, and the same punishment will befall those who remain with you. The weak crew on the coast must have submitted, but they sent me everything, to tell you everything. Their hope in you is firm. I fled here through wild paths to report it to you. Aguilar. Save us, Lord! Alvarado. Oh, our beautiful prey. Cortez. And they're already on the march? Messenger. No, not yet, but they're certain of victory. Cortez. And the Aztecs? Messenger. They're waiting. They're hoping that we will destroy ourselves and free them. Cortez. Cursed fate. Treachery of my luck. As long as I was sure of myself, he stayed away from me. Now that I am uncertain what to do, the dog unleashes his pack on my neck. To Cuitlahuac, who has been listening silently. It is desperate, Cuitlahuac. You see that we are doomed. Can I trust you? Will you vouch for our safety in the city? Cuitlahuac. I can vouch for you. Cortez. That is my only hope left, the only one I have. The Aztecs must protect me from my own Spaniards. Marina. Rushing in with great haste. Commander, I have important news to report. Cortez. To me? What, more misfortune? Marina. What's happened here? You look aghast. You're turning pale. Tell me, what is it? Cortez. Don't ask. Tell me what you bring. Marina. Something terrible has happened here. I can see it. My noble commander, you must tell me. Cortez, stamping his foot. Don't keep me waiting. Marina. You are threatened. Your life is in danger. Tonight everyone is conspiring. The people, the caciques, the priests are all united to wage war, to murder everyone. And he, pointing to Cuitlahuac, is leading them. Cortez, Almighty God, stumbles and falls. Marina, crying out, he's dying. She rushes to him. All the Spaniards crowd around in horror. Cuitlahuac looks at them mockingly. Sandoval, that was too much for him. Save him. Marina, what happened? Alvarado, is he coming back to life? Marina, don't leave me in the dark any longer. A tragedy has occurred here. Sandoval, we are lost. Spanish troops have landed to pursue us. Cortez is doomed. Marina, oh my God. Cortez, sitting up again. What good is it lamenting? Damn it all to hell! Marina, you must not die, Commander. Save yourself. What can I do? Cortez, my protector, I will gladly die for you. Cortez, angry. Women's lamentations. Sandoval, it's too late. If everything had happened as I advised you, we would now be safe and laughing at Velasquez's threats. Marina, you're lying. If Cortez had done things his way, it would have turned out well. Just because he trusted us, he must die. Cortez, attacking Cuitlahuac. Now, Cuitlahuac, you must defend yourself. You have been betrayed. Cuitlahuac, proudly and scornfully. Is that how you thank me? Because this beautiful girl slanders me, my words are immediately forgotten? Cortez, I leave it up to you. You can murder me if you want, but do you think I would walk into a trap and come here if I wanted to betray you? Cortez, give us security for your words. Cuitlahuac, is my word not enough? Cortez, no, a word is a word. Promises are often broken. Cuitlahuac, you are right. So I will swear on my honor, Spaniard, that I am loyal and that I do not harbor any hostile intentions. Marina, you're lying. Don't trust him. Aguilar, he's betraying you. Cuitlahuac, do you value the oath so highly, proud Spaniards? Tewas enters. Can I find the king? Oh, yes, there he is. Everyone is looking for you. Cuitlahuac, what do you bring? Tewas, after some thought. People are worried about your disappearance, king. Cuitlahuac, I am staying here for the sake of my friends. They are in danger, so I am protecting them. Only when the uprising is completely over will I return to you. Tewas, the princes wish that you be present at the sacrifices for your father. Cuitlahuac, I want to avoid suspicion. My foot will not cross that threshold. Another prince may then administer my office. Cuitlahuac turns to the Spaniards. Tewas speaks secretly with Marina. Cortez, I believe in your loyalty, Cuitlahuac. You yourself are a guarantor of your word to me. Cuitlahuac, you may do with me as you will. Cortez, now, friends, it is time. Only speed can save us now. I will not give up this position. I'm risking everything. I will march immediately to meet Narvaez and take him by surprise. His troops are overwhelming, but cunning and the terror of the unknown land will help us. Alvarado, you will take command here in my stead. You are a brave warrior, and Sandoval will lend you his counsel. I can leave only a few men behind. You must defend yourselves, for you cannot flee. Your assistance will be useful to us, noble prince. Cuitlahuac, I hope so. Cortez, I will not forget this. Marina, turning to Cortez, you want to leave me now? Never. I will follow you, even if I should die. Cortez, you will only hinder us on the march. I will stay if you command it, but I want to go with you. I want to stay with you. Cortez, it's not possible. Sandoval, I entrust her to your protection. Now follow me, Spaniards. Gather the army. They must know what has happened. Be quick, for I am leaving you today. All exit. Tewas beckons to Cuitlahuac, and both remain. Cuitlahuac, quick. One more word. At midnight, I want to meet you all in the great temple. There opens a secret door opposite the vestibule. A secret passage leads out. Hans is on our side. Cortez must leave today. A new army of Spaniards has landed on the coast to pursue Cortez. Farewell. We must not be seen talking together. Tewas, here comes Marina. I want to win her over to our cause. She comes from this country and will not have forgotten her homeland. Cuitlahuac, be wary of her. She loves the commander and will gladly betray us if it benefits him. She is dangerous. She has just betrayed our entire plan to the Spaniards. Tewas, I must despise this false word, but I will try. No one can abandon their homeland out of mere love. Farewell. Cuitlahuac, we will see each other again at midnight. Cuitlahuac exits through the back door. Marina enters from the left. Marina, you wanted to talk to me? Tewas, yes, Marina. You will not regret it. Marina, what do you bring me? Tewas, Marina, this is your homeland. You dwell with its enemies who plunder it. Have you never felt homesickness? Never felt an inner longing to return to your homeland? No, I never missed it. Tewas, oh, one cannot forget one's own homeland. Marina, I am homeless. No father stood by me, nor the mother of my youth. I grew up as a slave in a foreign land. Tewas, but you cannot deny your origins. You must not suppress in your heart the sacred feeling that binds every being firmly to the place of its childhood. Let me warn you, for there is still time. Betrayal of the fatherland. Can man conceive of a blacker crime? Those who die for their homeland are followed by glory, the blessing of a grateful people. But the general curse falls terribly on those who went over to the enemy in the Holy War. Their name is ostracized. Their parents and their children are killed by contempt. Even murderers avoid his presence. Marina, I am no longer yours. The camp of the Spaniards is now my homeland. The commander saved me from death. I cannot repay him for his great debt to me, but I will never be ungrateful. Tewas, do you forget the misfortunes of the great Montezuma, that nobleman? Marina, the one you rejected? Why should I love him? Tewas. He has failed. But what he has been to us no one will ever forget, for he was the good spirit of the people, and his misfortune, which befell him undeservedly, has moved us. He was your emperor. Can you still despise him? Marina. He has become a stranger to me, like all of you. Tewas. That cannot be. You can't be serious. You want to stay on that side where only evil prevails, perjury, deceit, and murder? Your pure heart in its innocence must not be in the company of such people. Follow your people, to whom you are closer. You can bring salvation to your fatherland. Marina. My heart and my duty bind me to the Spanish camp. If you have nothing more to say to me, then go. Tewas. Curse on you, traitor. You too will not escape our vengeance. But you deserve pity, girl. To mourn the joyless blossom of life is your lot. You have no soul you can trust, no one you can respect. Marina. He who saved me is my protector. Tewas. Unhappy girl. You know not love, the most beautiful adornment of our short earthly life. It does not dwell in those rough men. You are so young, so beautiful, and your soul shall never, ever be able to feel it? Marina. I am not as joyless as you think. I love Cortez. Tewas. Cortez? You love him? Marina. As I love him, I hate you, for you want to fight him. But as long as I live, he shall be safe from your tricks. You look at me so frightened. What's the matter? Tewas. You love him. Marina. Yes, I could die for him. Tewas. That's not possible. Your hardened heart feels no love. Marina. He owns my life, which he once saved. Tewas. How can you hope to ever possess him, the mighty conqueror, by a slave girl? Marina. I realize that. I must never think of it. I only want to be near him, to hang on his every glance. When he leaves, when he returns home to Spain as a victor, he will give his hand to another, and I will be quickly forgotten. But I must stay. I must bury my love and zest for life, a young withered leaf on the tree of life. Tewas. No, he does not deserve your devotion. Has he ever loved you? Ever kissed your lips? Confess to me. He despised you, as he despised the others. He lives only for himself, only for his own advantage. Marina. Oh, I am so wretched. I am not granted to be happy like others once were. No heart has ever beaten for me in true love. I know no parents, no friends, so I go through life lonely and unloved. When others rejoice in their existence, I must weep over my fate in the silent night that has denied me all joy. I love unrequitedly and hopelessly. Tewas. Marina, I cannot bear to see you cry. Your heart beats. Be assured of that comfort. Forget the Spaniards who tempt you. Come to my heart. Let me be your protector. Marina. What feeling has seized you? Tewas. Yes, Marina, I will be silent no longer. I love you. I give you a sensitive young heart. Be mine. Marina. Get away from me. You're my enemy. Tewas. Leave the wild camp where you were only a slave and follow me as my wife. Marina. I remain faithful to my savior. Tewas. Listen to me. I cannot live if you reject me. Marina. You think you're a hero? I mock you, prince. Tewas. I never knew the magic of love. Now I know what it is. My resistance melts away. I must have you. I cannot leave you. Marina. Do you want to be a brave man of your people? Tewas. I can no longer control my own heart. Marina. You cannot leave me? You cannot? Well, if love is so powerful, leave your people, go to the Spaniards, and I am yours. Tewas. I should betray my own people, Marina? Marina. Promise me solemnly that you will always care for Cortez's life honestly. Then I will believe that you love me honestly. Tewas. Betrayal? Marina. No, you shall not become a traitor. Only warn me when danger threatens the commander. Tewas. You deceitful woman. Now you want to seduce me. Marina. Then go. Tewas. Marina. Marina. Your love is no more. Tewas. Marina. You demand the impossible. Marina. Go, you weakling. You lied to me insolently, saying you couldn't live without me. Go. Tewas. Don't tear my heart apart, you merciless woman. Marina. I don't want to see you anymore. Tewas. I have no choice. I remain loyal to the people, so I must depart. Farewell, Marina. Marina, look at me. You can't. Tewas, what should I do? What will help me out of my doubts? Gods, save me from this distress. Should I betray the country where the emperor becomes a villain? No, I cannot. I must leave. Marina, farewell. My homeland holds my heart. Marina, go. I hate you. Tewas, woe is me. I cannot resist. You draw me away from my duty to my doom. Marina, oh, Tewas, will you really leave me? Tewas, oh, that voice. All right, it is decided. Forgive me, homeland, for my guilt. I did not create the soul that moves me, that now makes me a traitor. Enough. I will follow you, Marina. Marina, no, you are lying to me. Should I believe that a brave prince would so quickly abandon his fatherland? Tewas, shall I return? I am not yet a traitor. My sword has only served me with honor. Quitlahua once called me his friend. Woe is me. My old friends are leaving. What was so dear to me I can no longer have. A dark fate draws me to you, veiling my duty. It is decided. In your arms I will forget when the Aztecs call me a traitor. Marina, you are mine, beloved wife. Marina, okay, I am yours, but no one must know of this. Promise me, Tewas, by your love. It would make us both unhappy. Tewas, what would I not do for your love? You are mine now. You are mine, my dear wife. Marina, we must part now, but the night will unite us, and in its secrecy it will also take in our love. Tewas, Marina, so soon must I leave my young happiness? Peace flows eternally from the soul. My guilty conscience robs me of all true joy. Oh, Marina, do not leave me. Only when I see you and your beautiful eyes am I freed from this burden, my beloved. If it must be so, then farewell. Marina, farewell, Tewas, and let this kiss seal our union. They embrace. The curtain falls. All right, we'll stop there. We've got scenes 7, 8, 9, and 10 to go, and the rest of this act and then Act 5 that will follow. This incredibly moving and complex play. It's impossible to believe that a 17-year-old kid wrote this. Wow, talk about a glitch in the universe.